Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Titan del 86. Here you will find everything from your favorite characters, from anime, series, or movies, such as figures, statues, trading cards, and other limited special edition items. I will show you everything that is included. For example, we will discuss the design of the box, how it's packaged, the design of the figure, the articulation points, the accessories that are included, and we will see our favorite characters in special scenes. And you never know, you might see other characters make special guest appearances, so you can decide whether it's worth getting or not. Subscribe and join me on new weekly adventures. Now let's start the show. Let's go. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Titan del 86, and today from Dragon Ball Super and S.H.Figuarts I present a very special Goku. This is Ultra Instinct Goku, the Toyotarou edition. In case you're wondering, Toyotarou is Akira Toriyama's hand-picked successor, which was picked by Akira himself. And I think one of the reasons of that was because Toyotarou's art style was the most closest that resembled Akira's. And in celebration of VJ Comics' 30th anniversary, they released this particular figure as the Toyotarou edition. And I think this one's a little bit more special than the regular ones. Looking at the box, we are immediately greeted with this artful piece of Ultra Instinct Goku done by Toyotarou. And I believe if you look there on the left closely, you can see his signature. Then on the window you can see the figure of Goku, which he looks very amazing. Looking at the side of the box, you see some black and white close-ups of Goku. Then on the back it says this is V-Jump Books Dragon Ball S.H.Figupedia. That has basically all the S.H.Figuarts that have been done so far in celebration of VJ 30th anniversary, where you can see Toyotarou's mastercraft. I think this one, as far as presentations go, I have to say this is the best one so far. Upon removing the presentation box, you can see that we're back to our regular S.H.Figuart box for the figure. In addition, you have the Dragon Ball S.H.Figupedia. In the front of the book is basically what was displayed in the back of the presentation box, where you can see all the S.H.Figuarts that have been released so far, which I think most of these I have, but yet I am missing quite a few, and it's a lot of them. And as you can see, it's a lot of them. So let's get to it. Looking at the back of the box, you have Ultra Instinct Goku doing several poses. Then on the last side, you see the close-up shots of Ultra Instinct Goku in black and white, which is similar of what we saw in the first presentation box. Looking at the front of the box, you have a cutout of Ultra Instinct Goku showing the Ultra Instinct aura. Then in the cutout you have the figure of Goku, and again you can see the signature of Toyotarou. So this figure is slightly different versus the original that came out in 2020. So today in this channel we're gonna review this Toyotarou edition versus the original one. So let's check them out. Here's a quick comparison between the original Ultra Instinct Goku that came out in 2020 versus this new one that is done by Toyotarou. Immediately you can see the differences in the cutout, where on the left is your regular one, but on the right you kind of have that more special effect feeling. The other thing is the signature of Toyotarou. Then immediately looking inside the window, you can see some major key differences between the two figures, where the original includes an effect part, but this new one doesn't. But you get more expressions with the new one versus the old one. On the side, you have close-up shots of the figure, but each one chose different sections. I think the only one that has in common is basically the knee. On the back side of the box, you have the close-up shots of both figures, and you can see that they chose different sceneries as well. Let me know in the comments which presentation you like better. Here's a quick overview of the Dragon Ball S.H.Figupedia. Here at the top you can see that it says V Jumps. It has the title in gold holofoil, and then you can see all the S.H.Figuarts that have came out so far. Then here's a close-up of the VJ 30th anniversary symbol. For those of you that don't know, VJ is basically stands for the Jump Comics, which is the mangas that come out of Japan. That is basically the golden source of all the anime that we have been reviewing in this channel the entire time, and it's a lot of them. I know looking at it, I'm missing quite a few of them. In most of these you have seen me do reviews on this channel. Looking at the back side, you have some more S.H.Figuarts of the Dragon Ball series. And one thing to note, these are, to me, I classified these figures as the original ones, where the ones in the front, I would call those the new gen. Because if you notice, the ones that you see on the screen here, they're basically the early work of S.H.Figuarts, where in the new gen are basically the ones that come up with more improvements. So I'm more biased of collecting what I'm calling the new gen versus the old gen. But there are some here that I do have in my collection. I really want that Vegeta though. I didn't realize that they had the special Vegeta there in the corner. I'm gonna see if I can find one and then do the unboxing. But if you see it, I also have that Cell with the special premium color. If you recall, when I did Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Spirit Goku, I featured that particular Cell. Just for your knowledge, what you just saw was the book cover. So this is the actual book. So looking at it, you have the same details in it, but now it's all black and white with a red background. And it's a close-up shots of the figures again. And same thing on the back side. Again, it's a close-up shot of the first gen figures. I am not going to go over page by page of this particular book. So I'm just going to hit the key highlights just so you know what you're getting. If you already bought this figure and you're still waiting for it, or if you're planning on getting it through secondhand, hopefully you get it brand new. So immediately, I wanted to share this page with you that basically shows the making of S.H.Figuarts, which kind of shows the process of when they start all the way to when we physically get the figures in our hands. So I like that they included this. To me, this is very interesting. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. So basically within the book, you have a few interviews, some questionnaires, but overall, the figures are divided by the chapters. For example, this one, this is where the adventure begins of Dragon Ball, and it shows you all the Dragon Ball figures. And then it jumps to the Saiyan where Dragon Ball Z takes up. From there, it jumps into the Namek saga with Frieza, the Ginyu Force, and all the fights in Namek. Then it goes through the Android saga with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, we're introduced to future Trunks, Super Saiyan Vegeta. It follows it all the way to when Majin Buu shows up. You have Super Saiyan 3 Goku making an appearance with Majin Buu. And then it goes into Dragon Ball Super, where you have the big battle of Jiren versus Goku. So here's a nice setup overview of the original Ultra Instinct Goku versus the Toyotarou version, which is what we're doing here today. Hopefully you're liking it. If you are, let me know. Then it follows the Dragon Ball GT chapter, which I haven't done any Dragon Ball GT figures specifically, so keep an eye open. I do have quite the collection, I just haven't gotten to it yet. So in the near future, hopefully you will start seeing those on this channel. Then it jumps into the movies. That is basically what this book has to offer in a nutshell. So if you're wondering, right now we haven't even gotten into the figure, we haven't done much, but right now I'm very pleased to have this and I'm very happy to share this with you. So hopefully you are one of those that actually went and bought it, but if you haven't, now you know what you're missing out and it's more inspiration for you to look for it. Hopefully you can find one unopened and brand new versus trying to get the second hand that's been already open and used. I always like to have new stuff. To me, that's the best thing, but each situation varies. So there you go. Now let's get into the actual figure and finish our comparisons. Upon removing Goku from the box, he only comes in one blister pack, which is basically the figure, several different expressions, and a few different hand poses. So in other words, he's pretty much standard. I think the only special thing here that I see is the different hair pose. Other than that, he appears to be a standard Goku figure. Please bear with me, I know I will be butchering Toyotarou's name throughout this whole video. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Hopefully I am. Let me know in the comments. Here's a comparison of the packaging between both Gokus, the regular version, and also the Toyotarou special edition. As you see, both figures come in one blister pack. The only major key difference between the figures is that Toyotarou's version has more expressions, where the original one has a special effect part. If you notice, they both have the same hand gestures and they have similar expressions. The only difference that's unique to Toyotarou's version is the action expression and the one with the eyes closed, where they also gave them a particular hairstyle just to signify the action. Let me know in the comments which one has the better options. This is the 360 of Ultra Instinct Goku. I am really liking that expression. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. One thing that pops immediately is that he actually has shading in the upper body. You can kind of see the dark tones and the light tones being reflected as it follows the grooves of his muscles. And also on his body, he has the same scuff marks that we've seen in other Goku figures where he's shown in combat. Aside from that, the clothes and his pants are the typical torn parts. You always have the exposed knee, the section that's coming off from the thigh. So on this one, Bandai is starting to cut corners, where they're not giving you a new battle damaged Goku, but it's just recycling the same molding of the battle damaged Gokus. And I think I can show you that. I think I already have several Gokus where you can kind of see the pattern. The other thing that I'm liking about this figure is the way that his silver hair is reflecting the light. And on the body, you could also see the scuff marks from when he was fighting. Follow me on IG at Titandel86. Let me know in the comments what are your thoughts from this Toyotarou edition Goku. Here's a comparison between the two Ultra Instinct Gokus. You have the original on the left side, and then you have Toyotarou's version on the right hand. One thing to note immediately that pops is the different colors between the pants, and that could be just from manufacturer differences. The original Goku has the pants shaded in to show like the creases and to kind of give it that realistic feeling, where Toyotarou's Goku has that on the chest, where you can kind of see the grooves of his muscles, like I said earlier, where he has more details. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Let me know in the comments which version are you liking more. Here's a close-up. Hopefully the camera can capture the details between the two bodies. So if you see, Toyotarou's Goku has way more details on the hair versus the original one, and it's also more spikier. You see all those good details? They seem to have the same paint job on the hair. But if you look closely at the facial expressions, you will see that the original Goku has scuff marks where Toyotarou's doesn't. Plus the expression is slightly more defined on Toyotarou's, and you can kind of see that shading plays a big factor on the Gokus. If you look at Toyotarou's version, it's more defined than the original Goku. The ears are slightly different too. It's like Toyotarou's version has a longer face line than the original Goku, and it appears that he gave them bigger ears as well. Where the original Goku has more height on the ears, where Toyotarou's just made them wider. But then in the pants, it kind of transitions over, where the one that the original one has, you can kind of see better shading off of it than Toyotarou's version. If they would have swapped and did the shading across the board, Toyotarou version would definitely look better in my eyes. You let me know in the comments what are your thoughts. And same thing for the back design. The other thing to notice, the color schemes. The original one has lighter colors versus the one that I have from Toyotarou, but I think that could just be because of the manufacturing of the figure. So maybe your color would vary versus mine. But other than that, it looks like they came out of the same molding. The only key difference here is just the face and the hair. Toyotarou's looks more intense as well if you look at the expressions. But muscle details, they're the same. And same thing on the bottom of the pants, the legs and all that. They're all very similar. I think the only key difference is just the face sculpture along with the hair. You could also see how the eyes are drawn. Toyotarou's version is more squished, where the original has them a little bit wider. You have a more intense look on Toyotarou's version. Let me know in the comments which sculpture you like better. Now let's check out the articulations that come with this Toyotarou edition of Ultra Instinct Goku. That is some very good head movement. You can't really make him look up and down. He is very limited, at least on my figure. So there's basically no up and down with him. The head does feel a lot wobbly and loose. So once we swap out the heads, maybe it's just a loose joint or something, but we'll see. And this is as far as you can do the arms, straight. 360. 360 off the bicep. And there's as far as you can bend the elbow. There's the wrist movement. Again, like typical Goku, the wristband limits the movement. But if you see here on this one, it looks like it basically flares out a little bit. So that gives you a little bit more movement in the up and down. One thing to note, my Goku has the joints like they're very stiff, almost impossible. He has this little feature for him to go forward, but it doesn't do much. This is as forward as you could probably gonna get him. So I have a feeling that if we didn't have this, the articulation would be a lot worse. I think as an improvement, they need to make this section a lot bigger so it sticks out more, so you can get that better range of motion when you're trying to go towards the center. As you see here, it's not long enough to make that reach. And then on the back, this is as far back as the arm is gonna look. So you cannot handcuff this Goku. He has above the law. He has good chest movement. Mostly comes from the upper torso as well as the lower abdominals. Good rotation. This is not attached. This is the soft plastic. This is as high as the leg goes. Here's the split. And just like other Goku figures, this is the limit of it. You can get the leg higher, but at this point it doesn't really look natural. Here's your 360 of the leg. Here's the knee. Here's the other knee. Limited side to side movement on the boot. Up and down is also limited, but it should still help us. This is as far as the toes go. You can get a 360 out of it, but it's not that easy. And that's it as far as movements from our Ultra Instinct Goku. One thing to note on my particular Goku figure, I do have a lot of paint quality issues. If you look at it closely, hopefully the camera can capture it. You can kind of see how the wristband, the color bleeds over a little bit into the Goku skin. Then the biggest ones are, if you look on the back side, I'm not sure if the camera can capture it, but he does have some scuff marks there. And then on the bottom of the feet, you can kind of see this one that really sticks out, where it's not fully painted, where you have the paint bleeding over. So for a minute I was thinking that they have improved the quality on their figures, but because I haven't seen this type of defect in a while, but I guess it's just the luck of the draw here. Either that or they were not trying for the special edition figure. And that is all. Here's a close-up of the 5 different expressions that come with this Ultra Instinct Goku Toyotarou version. The first one is an expression where he's grunting, followed by one where the eyes are closed, he's focusing in to get all that instinct energy. The middle one is the action expression. If you look at it, his eyes are more focused towards the top. The next one is the normal expression. There he has the serious look. Then the last one is again another neutral expression, but it's still intense and he's looking to the left. Overall, I like the array of expressions that they give this particular Goku. In a second, I will show you what the original Ultra Instinct Goku expressions look, so you can kind of have the comparison between both of them. Here's a quick overview between the original Ultra Instinct versus the Toyotarou version. There you can see that all the expressions were replicated, and again, like I mentioned earlier, you can see that the original Ultra Instinct has scuff marks all over the face, where Toyotarou version doesn't. The other thing is the eyes. The ones from Toyotarou are more squinted and slim, where the original ones are a little bit wider. Let me know in the comments which expressions look better, the original compared to the Toyotarou version. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. In my opinion, I would say that Toyotarou's are sculpted a lot better. They look more intense. But for some reason I can't get over the ears. To me, the ears are throwing the figure off. Let me know what you think in the comments. One thing to notice in the Toyotarou's edition of Goku, the faces have the sideburns coming down. And if you look closely at the eyebrows, they're more spaced out. The eyebrow separations are a lot closer than the original ones. Towards the end of the eyebrows, you can see that on the original one, they're a little bit more spread out than on Toyotarou's edition. Another thing I noticed is when you remove the hair bangs to swap out the faces and all that, the actual hair on the original Ultra Instinct Goku is not really fully silver colored. If you see, it's got the skin color and then the silver is painted over it, but on Toyotarou's version, it is pure silver. The other thing that I'm liking about these S.H.Figuarts Dragon Ball series figures is that now you're getting the hair to show the action for example, the ones that you see here. Instead of just having the hair in the static position, now you have it following a certain angle to show the figure doing more of an action scene versus just having the standard. As you see here, now you can kind of see where the hair direction would go as the figure moves through space. So that is a good addition that we're starting to see on these particular figures. Let me know in the comments what are your opinions. For this scene, I present to you Goku, Ultra Instinct. For this scene, I gave Ultra Instinct Goku the expression where the eyes are closed. This is the unique expression that came with this figure when compared to the original Ultra Instinct Goku. Here you can see that the stage is all in ruins, just because Goku's transformation is really powerful, and this is kind of like one of those final scenes. He basically has the eyes closed, gathering all that Ultra Instinct energy. Overall, if you're in the market looking for an Ultra Instinct Goku, I strongly recommend that you get this one. Not only because the figure is a lot more redefined, at least in the facial expressions, you also get a new set of Saiyan hair that gives you the ability to portray more of the action scenes. Plus, in addition to getting the S.H.Figupedia as a bonus, which I think that's kind of the stressing point here, just to show you all the S.H.Figuarts that came out so far. You're probably thinking, well, you can just go to the website and see all the S.H.Figuarts that have came out. But here, it basically gives you a little bit more details. Plus, sometimes that website is not really the best one to load. Sometimes it freezes and it gets frustrated, especially if you're trying to get to a checklist or try to figure out what other figures are out there just for reference. So to me, it's always a good idea to have the hard copy handy. Plus, I really like how they separated each one into different chapters, from Dragon Ball all the way to Dragon Ball GT, including the video game exclusive characters as well as the ones that show up in the movies. Hopefully in the future we get to see some more of these Dragon Ball characters versus just more of the recycled ones.
At that brilliant form, there can be no doubt. This is the true power, complete in all its majesty. This is autonomous Ultra Instinct.
For this scene, I have Ultra Instinct Goku firing an energy blast. This is when he was fighting Jiren. Here I gave them the mean expression, which is basically the normal expression that came with the figure, but here he just looks very intense. Hopefully the camera is capturing all those lines that are detailing the hair. I think out of the whole figure, the Super Saiyan hair is my favorite part. And if you look at it a lot closer, not only is it reflecting the light, but it also seems to have the little glittery effect onto it. For this scene, I added the energy ball that came with the Goku as the accessory, just to intensify the scene. If you like what you see, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. The other thing to note is I like how they went and gave them more details towards the hair. But other than that, I would say from the neck down, he's basically the same as the original Ultra Instinct Goku that came out a few years ago. Except for the shading on the muscles, which I think it makes the figure stand out a little bit more than your regular Ultra Instinct Goku that came out. Or for matter of fact, any of the other Dragon Ball Z figures where they kind of show the muscles. I think the shading allows to make that really noticeable, to basically give it the pop feeling. Don't forget to follow me on IG at Titandel86. Like I mentioned earlier, on my particular figure, the joints are really stiff, so it becomes a little bit difficult to get them to move. For this scene, I have Goku creating an energy blast ready to launch at Jiren. For this one, I gave Goku the intense expression where he's looking to the left. I really like the expression that they have here. There's just something in the eyes of Goku that really captured the intensity of this particular Ultra Instinct form. I basically used the accessory that came with the original Ultra Instinct just to intensify the scene. Follow me on IG at Titandel86. Let me know in the comments what you think of this figure. If you like what you see, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. One thing to note on the energy ball, it has grooves in it so you can put the fingers from Goku's palm just to help it balance it out. I really like this method that they added to this particular energy blast. The other thing that I like is that it's really keyed, so you can't mess up the energy lights that are supposed to be coming out of the energy ball. I would have loved to have seen this on all the other ones that share this particular energy ball. So I kind of think this is an improvement over the ones that we've seen earlier on this channel. So bonus points for that, for the original Ultra Instinct Goku, where this one didn't really come with it, but since we have both figures, we can share the accessories from one to another. It just makes the scene a lot better. For this scene, I have Ultra Instinct Goku doing a high kick in the air. I gave him the grunting expression just to show how intense the kick is, as he is doing it in mid-air. For this scene, I gave him the action here just to show the movement in mid-air. He looks really amazing. I think for this pose, this is basically as max as I could do with the articulation that was provided on the feet, as well as in the legs. I feel here that I'm overstretching the figure just to give that leg as high as I possibly can, just to give you the scenario of one of Goku's kicks. The expressions on this Goku look a lot sharper. The other thing that I like is that they give you two sets of hair, one showing in the neutral poses, and another one like you see on the screen, which is showing the action. So this helps intensify some of the scenes a lot better than just having the static hair that usually comes with these S.H.Figuarts figures from the Dragon Ball figure line. If you remember from the episodes where he turned Ultra Instinct, it seems like Goku became more of a hand-to-hand combat than relying on energy blasts. And I think that's what Ultra Instinct really does, is basically following the instincts of the character, which is to avoid getting hit while landing blows on the opponent versus gathering energy. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Here again, I used the accessories that came with the regular Goku. As you can see, you can use them with any other Dragon Ball figure that you want. For this scene, I gave Ultra Instinct Goku the action expression, and here he is launching a Kameo wave. Overall, I'm liking this figure. I really like this particular Goku. I like the design cues that Toyotarou emphasized when they were designing this versus the original one. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Even the packaging had a really good presentation of the figure, the booklet, and everything, just to let you know that this figure is a little bit more special than all the ones that have been out there. Even the ones that you get from like the Comic-Con events. This one really sets the bar high as far as specialty figures go, and I think they did that extra just because this is the Toyotarou edition, and it's kind of to sway you to buying this one in case you already had the original Ultra Instinct Goku that came out a few years ago. But if you missed both of these figures, don't get bummed out, because I think that Ultra Instinct Goku from 2020 is coming back as a revival, if you want to call that, or a reissue. So I will get to that figure to do its own unboxing and review, similar to what you're seeing today. Obviously today's main star is this Toyotarou's edition of Ultra Instinct Goku, and I showed you earlier the comparison, so now you kind of see the best of both worlds, so you can pick out which version you like better, and let me know in the comments which one that you ended up liking. They both have some good points, and they both also have some negative points. This is all I have for you today. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. And I will see you next week with a brand new video. Thank you and bye.